My fiancée texted from her bachelorette party. I accidentally slept with someone. It meant nothing. I replied, accidents happen. Then I accidentally sent the wedding guest list an email announcing the wedding was canceled due to her accident. 33 male, am or rather was getting married in 2 weeks. 2 weeks, 14 days. I was triple checking the seating chart spreadsheet, which had become my personal nightmare, while my fiancée, Clara, 30, was off on her bachelorette weekend, a final hera with her friends. I was fine with it. Honestly, I was glad for the quiet. The stress of this wedding has been insane. Then at 3:15 a.m. this morning, my phone lit up. It was Clara. Clara, hey, are you awake? I messed up bad. Please don't be mad. I'm so drunk. And Becca let this guy hang with us, and I accidentally slept with someone. It meant nothing. I promise it was a stupid accident. I love you. This doesn't change anything. Please tell me we're okay. I stared at the screen for a solid 5 minutes. The words accidentally slept with someone just kept looping in my brain like, did she trip and fall onto his junk? What part of that is an accident? The knot in my stomach wasn't anger. Not yet. It was clarity like a switch flipped. I'm a project manager by trade. I see a problem. I assess the damage and I create a solution. The project, our 4-year relationship and 1-year engagement, was now officially a catastrophic failure. I typed back one sentence. Me accident happened. Then I put my phone on silent and I got to work. See, this wedding has been my financial burden. I'm not rich, but I'm organized and I save. I put down over $30,000 in non-refundable deposits. Her parents, Jaidian and Eliza, had contributed $15,000, which barely covered the upgraded floor arrangements Clara had to have. The venue, the caterer, the photographer, the DJ, all my contracts, my name on the dotted line. At 3:30 a.m., I opened my laptop email. I opened the shared wedding guest list. 214 email addresses. Family, friends, my boss, her super religious great aunt, everyone. I drafted a new message. Subject, urgent. Wedding cancellation. Leo and Clara, body, dear friends and family. It is with deep regret that I must inform you of the cancellation of our upcoming wedding. The reason for this sudden change is that I was informed this morning that my fiancée accidentally slept with another man during her bachelorette party. As she so delicately put it, it meant nothing. Unfortunately, this accident means everything to me. All non-refundable deposits have been forfeited. We will be working to return any gifts that have already been sent. I sincerely apologize for the inconvenience this may cause to your travel plans, but not nearly as much as I apologize for Clara's accident. Please respect my privacy during this time. All future communications regarding this matter can be directed to Clara, who is currently indisposed. I read it over twice. Then I hit send. Vendors. I pulled up my vendor contracts. All of them had cancellation clauses. I was going to lose every penny. I didn't care. I spent the next hour sending formal cancellation emails to the venue, the caterer, the band, the photographer, and the florist. Canceled due to unforeseen personal circumstances. I'd eat the $30. It was the price of my dignity. Home. We live in my apartment. The lease is 100% in my name. She moved in a year ago. I called the 24-hour locksmith. By 5:30 a.m., all the locks were changed. At 5:35 a.m., I texted Clara back. Me. Check your email and check the guest list email. I've accidentally canceled our wedding. Also, I've accidentally changed the locks. Don't come home. We're done. Then I blocked her and Becca Hermo, an enabler-in-chief. I took a sleeping pill and went to bed. The storm would hit when I woke up. Update 1. Okay, so storm was an understatement. It was a biblical apocalypse of notifications. When I woke up around 11 a.m., my phone had 83 missed calls and 150-plus texts. My family confused and furious on my behalf. My friends mostly sending fire emojis and asking if I was okay, and her family. Oh, her family. The email had, as intended, gone nuclear. Claire and Becca must have caught the first flight back. They showed up at my apartment around 4 o'clock p.m. I watched them on my video doorbell, banging on the door, my screaming, "Lo, Leo, open this door. You can't do this. Becca, you psycho. You're ruining her life. How could you send that email? You're an animal." I buzzed the intercom. "Clara, you were told not to come here. How could you? You embarrassed me in front of everyone. My boss, my grandmother, that was a private mistake. You're supposed to love me. Me love doesn't mean being a doormat. Your accident was a choice. My email was my choice. You're trespassing. Leave. You can't just kick her out. All her stuff is in there. She has nowhere to go." That sounds like a you problem, not a me problem. Send me a text from a number I haven't blocked, and we can schedule a time for you to retrieve your things. I'll have a third party present. If you're not off my doorstep in 5 minutes, I'm calling the police. They screamed for another 10 minutes before leaving. Then an hour later, the real boss level unlocked. A call from her father. Gideon, Leo, you made a catastrophic error in judgment." "Me? No. Gideon. Clara made the error. I'm just the cleanup crew." His voice getting cold. "You have embarrassed my daughter. You have embarrassed my family. We have reputations. This email. It's juvenile. It's defamation. Is it defamation if it's true? I have the text. Jen, I accidentally slept with someone. Her words. That was a private communication. She was drunk. You had no right to make that public. My wife is distraught. We demand you send a retraction and an apology to that entire email list immediately. A retraction, an apology for what? For telling the truth, for airing private laundry, for this tantrum. You think this is how a man behaves? A man doesn't get cheated on 2 weeks before his wedding. And just what? Pretend it didn't happen. Go through with it? No thanks. The wedding is canceled. Fine. Then we'll be expecting our $15,000 back by end of day tomorrow. Excuse me. We gave you $15,000 for this wedding. You can let it. Not us. You are in breach of our agreement. You owe us our money. Majidian, your money went to the venue. The venue kept it as part of the non-refundable deposit, along with my $30,000. It's gone. That's the price of a canceled event. You want the money? Ask Clara to get it from her accident. Unacceptable. You're stealing from us. You can lead the contracts. You are liable. Our lawyer will be in touch. You've made a powerful enemy, young man. Me cool. Send him my way. Goodbye. I hung up. My hands were shaking. Not from fear, from adrenaline. The sheer unmitigated gall. They weren't angry she cheated. They were angry she got caught, and that I didn't just quietly eat the shame and the $45,000. The stuff pickup was scheduled for Saturday. I asked my sister Maya and her husband Ben to be there. I wasn't letting them in my apartment alone. They showed up. Clara, Becca, and her mother Eliza. Eliza looked like she wanted to murder me with her eyes. "I cannot believe you are doing this. After everything Clara has done for you, she stood by you when you had that awful flu. To Maya, she's right. She did bring me soup. I guess that's a going rate for infidelity. 1 bowl of chicken noodle. Leo, be nice. We're checking every room. You probably stole her jewelry. Nope. Everything I could find of hers is in these 12 boxes right here in the entryway. You're not going past this foyer. Take it and go." They started grabbing boxes. Then Clara stopped. "Wait, where's my Lamar Zocco?" She was talking about the limited edition espresso machine. The one she had to have me. "Oh, that's staying." "What?" "I paid for that. That's mine. It was $4,500. Correction. I paid $4,000. You transfer me $500 for it as your contribution. It was a joint purchase, and it's staying on my counter. You can have the milk frother. It's in box 7. This is theft. You are stealing from my daughter. We are calling the police." And they did. They actually called 911 and claimed I was holding her property hostage. 2 officers showed up about 20 minutes later, looking like they'd rather be anywhere else. Officer 1. "Sir, ma'am, we got a call about a domestic dispute. A robbery." "Yes, officer." He's locked my daughter out of her home and is stealing her property. That machine is worth thousands. Me, officer, here is my lease. I am the sole leaseholder. This is my ex-fiancée. We broke up. I am letting her retrieve her personal belongings. She is not on the lease. Officer 2. Okay, so this is your residence, sir. Ma'am, to Eliza, he's not obligated to let you inside. This is a civil matter. But the espresso machine, it's mine. He's stealing it. Officer, it was a joint purchase. Here's the credit card statement from my account for $4,500. And here's the e-transfer from her for $500. It's disputed property. Sir, ma'am, we do not adjudicate property disputes. We can't make him give you the machine. You'll have to take that to small claims court. This is ridiculous. He's a thief. Ma'am, you have your belongings. You need to leave the premises. He's letting you get your things. Be grateful for that. They were livid. Becca was filming the cops, saying, "This is harassment." The cops ignored her. They loaded the last box with Eliza hissing at me. "You will regret this for the rest of your life. We will ruin you." Me, "Have a nice day, Eliza, Clara, Becca." I shut the door, listened to them stomp down the hall. Maya just looked at me. "So, you're out $30,000. Yep, Maya. And you're being sued by your ex-in-laws. Looks like it. And you just fought your ex-fiancé over an espresso machine in front of the cops. Worth it. Looking at the $4,500 machine on my counter. It makes a really good latte. I'm drained. They're insane. And this is clearly just the beginning. Final update. It's been 3 weeks. The escalation was impressive. The entitlement was off the charts. First, I got the demand letter from Gideon's lawyer. It wasn't just for the $15,000 anymore. Oh no, they were now suing me for the $15K plus $50,000 for defamation of character, emotional distress, and public humiliation caused by my malicious and lealess email. They claimed it had damaged Clara's professional reputation and caused her irreparable psychological harm. But that wasn't the dirty trick. I was expecting a lawsuit. What I wasn't expecting was the call I got from my mother. "Leo, honey, I just had the strangest call from Eliza." "Oh, God, what now?" She told me that you're not well, that you're having some kind of breakdown. She said, "Leo, she said you were the one who was cheating, that Clara found out, and that you invented this accident story to cover your tracks and punish her for catching you. She said you faked the text message and that you're projecting and spiraling. Leo, you're not, are you?" That hit me for a second. My own parents were questioning my sanity. That was their play. Not to fight me heathen, but to go to my family and paint me as an unstable, abusive liar to gaslight my parents. The anger I felt in that moment was colder than anything before. This was war. Me, "Mom, I'm forwarding you the original text from Clara's number right now. You know me. Dad knows me. Read it and know that they just tried to slander me to my own mother." She got the text. The tune changed real fast. My parents went from worried to thermonuclear in about 30 seconds. I wasn't just a common man anymore. I was a common man with a just as crazy family and a very, very good reason to fight back. I took my 30 loss, the 50 lawsuit, and this new slander. And I went to a lawyer, a good one. My lawyer, a shark named Miss Alani, drafted a response that I will probably frame. It went something like this. Defamation regarding your client's claim of defamation. Truth is an absolute defense. We are in possession of Miss Clara's written confession via time-stamped text message. Should you be foolish enough to proceed with this claim, we will happily enter it into discovery along with subpoenas for the phone records of Miss Clara, Miss Becca, and the gentleman with whom she had her accident. The public humiliation she suffered was a direct and foreseeable consequence of her own admitted actions. Emotional distress. My client, Mr. Leo, is the only party who has suffered emotional distress due to the breach of a marital contract just 14 days prior to the event. The $15,000. The funds your client provided were a non-refundable gift toward a joint venture. The vendor contracts, which your clients co-signed, state clearly that all deposits are non-refundable. My client has also suffered a loss of $30,000. He will not be reimbursing you for your daughter's accident. The kicker, the revenge. Furthermore, we have been made aware of a coordinated malicious effort by your clients Gideon, Eliza, and Clara to defame my client by knowingly spreading demonstrable falsehoods to his family, alleging he was the unfaithful party and is mentally unstable. This constitutes slander, per esse the counterclaim. Therefore, we are hereby filing a counterclaim for the full $30,000 my client lost in non-refundable deposits, as this loss was a direct result of Miss Clara's breach. We are also seeking $75,000 in damages for the harassment, frivolous litigation, and a malicious slander directed at him and his family. The offer, however, in the interest of avoiding a long and humiliating public trial for your clients, my client will agree to drop his substantial counterclaim if you immediately file a formal withdrawal of all claims against him and provide a written letter of apology specifically for the slanderous calls made to his parents. You have 48 hours to accept this offer, after which it is permanently rescinded, and we will proceed with a countersuit. The silence was deafening. About 24 hours later, I got a frantic sobbing call from Clara from a new number. "Leo, please." "You can't." My parents, their lawyer, said, "You have a real case. You're going to bankrupt them. You can't do this to me." To my family. "Me? You came after my family with lies. You thought you could paint me as crazy. This is the consequence. You wanted a war. You got one. It was just a mistake. A stupid, drunk mistake. You've ruined my entire life over one night. You ruined your life. I just sent the email. Now I'm going to hang up. You and your family should talk to your lawyer. The clock is ticking." I blocked that number. 2. On hour 47, a bike messenger delivered a packet to my apartment. It was from their lawyer. A formal notarized withdrawal of all claims and a single stiff sheet of paper. Our clients, Jaidian and Eliza, last name, regret the misunderstanding that occurred during their communications with your parents regarding the circumstances of the wedding's cancellation. It wasn't the growling apology I wanted, but it was a win. They blinked. They were terrified. They knew, and their lawyer knew, that dragging this into a courtroom would have been a public recorded disaster for them. So here's the tally. I'm out $30,000 plus my lawyer's fees. It's a massive financial hit. It will take me years to build that back up. This is the real consequence. I won, but it cost me a lot. I'm not happy. I'm not living my best life. I'm just done. My apartment is quiet. I'm drinking lattes from a very expensive, very paid-for machine. I heard through a grapevine that Clara had to move back in with her parents. Her reputation is in fact trashed, but not by my email, by her actions. I also heard she and Becca had a massive relationship-ending fight, probably because Becca was staring down the barrel of a deposition. They thought I'd be quiet. They thought I'd be ashamed. They thought they could cheat, lie, gaslight, and then threaten me when I didn't play along. They were wrong. My accidental email was the single most expensive, most satisfying email I have ever sent. It was a clean break, an accidental amputation of a toxic family, and that's worth $30.